Hi, everybody. How's it going? It is June 5th on Wednesday. The sun's out today. Yay. So I come across this clip from Revival of Wisdom, and it's about the serpent on the tree and how Eve picks from the serpent of the tree, right? So it's really quite interesting because the apples on the tree represent our brain, the red apple, and the serpent that's on the tree, so going up our spine. So our spine, right, has the serpent, right? The serpent is the fluids of our genitals. So, no, this is so interesting because when I look back on my life, teenagers, of sexual energy are releasing, especially releasing, masturbation, sex, sexually active in my 20s and 30s, and around, I think, 40, when I was 44, my health started turning, I was getting sick all the time and stuff like that. My hair was, turning, it was practically almost white or gray. It was just happening so fast. And then I just stopped having sex and then building myself up. I thought to myself at that time, I need to build up my my immune system. I need to take, that's when I started really researching the DNA and, going down to that type of symbolism. And then looking at the periodic table of elements of what I need from my body that my body doesn't create after a certain age, or if it doesn't create it at all. Like selenium, our bodies don't create selenium, but it's abundant on the earth. That's just an example. So, when I look back, because when I was about 44, 45, going on, I was still, since I was so sexually active all the time, I had to wing myself so I wouldn't have sex or masturbate for like a month or two. And then I go longer, and then I go longer. And then now I'm into the, I think it's the last 3 or 4 years, I would go long periods of time, like 3 or 4 months before, releasing myself or having sex with somebody. It's like something was telling me I'm more aware of my juices, my flowing of that type of thing. And, to chill out on it. I mean, I'm almost 60. I mean, but, I still wanted to use that to keep active, because if we look at our bodies, and from my life experience, if you don't use a muscle, any muscle, it's like use it or lose it. Now, I say that because I look at my mom and my stepfather. They don't use their mind. They don't read. They just sit there and watch TV all the time, or go shopping at the doctor's office, and they're heavily medicated. They've been doing that for like 20, 30 years. They just got into this routine. So now they have dementia. And, just from my perspective, dementia people are people that don't use their brain. They're not constantly using their brain, looking at things, studying, reading, picking up a book, like the book that I was showing you I was reading. I'm always constantly having a book and reading something. It's using and building up knowledge while we're here all the time. It keeps our brain active, right? It keeps that muscle active. It keeps our hands active from writing down notes and drawing. It keeps our body active because we're in constant motion while we're here. I mean, if we're going like 1,034 miles an hour spinning, and then we're going 66,000 miles an hour around the sun, and then rotating around the sun, and then I think it's 67,000 miles an hour. We're rolling through space. The whole planetary system is going with the sun through the universe. So you got all that constant motion, right? Keeping everything in track and everything healthy. But as a human, we get trained to be couch potatoes. We get trained not to think. It's like we don't need no education. And people literally live by that. They won't get an education. They just think it's dumb. This is dumb. I don't need to know this. I don't need to know this. But it's not just about that. It's about keeping our body active. So I want to share here with you. I know the last couple of days I've been sharing some pretty wild stuff, but like I was saying, I think this is so interesting when we say mirror. When we look in the mirror, we can see each other back and forth, right? But the view's different. But when I was looking at the images on my face, it's like I have upside down, I have a world of images facing this way, but right side up, I also have them facing this way. So I got to thinking, I wonder if this is a mirror of two worlds, and if I should put them together, if I'd have a bigger picture, which if you look at between right there, you can see there's an image unfolding. It's very quite interesting. Um, very interesting. This is the one I took on my left side and mirrored it together. Now, this one is my right side, and I mirrored it together. And let's see here. I don't know how well I can get it to look, but it looks like a big cat's face, a house cat, actually. But just to throw that out there. Okay, so now this is gonna, I think it's like 30 or 40 seconds. It's one of those little short clips that they have on Facebook here. And it's by Revival of Wisdom. And I'll put the link in after I upload it and stuff. But okay, here we go. And I'm gonna turn the volume off, but he's gonna do a lot of writing on a whiteboard. Now let me try to get in. Adam equals masculine action. Eve is feminine emotion. Sin. So sin equals moon, and moon equals our emotions. Now, in motion. So the moon deals with the electric motion, right, of the planet. The water change and moving the tides in it. It affects our own body and our own emotions. Okay? Like a full moon, people get all pissy and stuff. Like my stepfather. It's just funny how that happens. Moon. So here's the tree of life. We can see it. I don't want to move in too close because my screen, my computer screen and my phone don't like them when it gets too close. So the tree is our brain. Up here where the apples are. This right here is our spine, going down our spine. And then the male and female on both sides of the tree are right, representing our right and left brain, our right and left side, our negative and positive side. The serpent, the snake, is like the juices, right? The oil, snake oil, which is our lifeline, our life energy, our sexual fluids. Sexual essence, sin, moon, emotion. So sexual essence is serpent. Forbidden fruit is sexual fluids. Sexual fluids degenerate your body. I know from experience. Now I see it. And it's just so fascinating. And notice how our world is hooked on sex, porno, always, the drugs. That really makes them, right? It's so interesting. If the people actually realize this, you know how long humanity would last? But they push sex on everything. They use sexual images to sell products. So when we look at this world and look who's in charge, we should really wake up and, read the science and treat our bodies differently and spread the word. So you see the brain going down to sexual energy, and this is the sexual fluids that are going down our tree, down our spine. And that also, now I understand why my back was hurting for so long, is because I was draining it all the time. My sexual fluids. Isn't that interesting? That's why a lot of people say they have back problems and stuff. I'll bet you anything. So sin is emotion. Adam is action. So it's emotion by action. It's so true because I get in that emotional state, like, oh, I need to release myself, and then I act on it. Resurrection, sexual fluids degenerate the body, and then it goes, Eden is even, good. I'm not sure what that word is right next to good. Life and death. So Eden is good and life, and evil, that's the word's evil. So even, evil, death. And it shows that we have 33 vertebrae. Interesting, right? So when we that's so interesting. When we look at the tree of life, and then Christ is telling us not to do the sexual emotion is powerful. Sin, sine, so S-I-N, S-I-N-E, and time are the same. They represent the same emotion. And that represents the moon. Isn't that fascinating? So when we look back at things, we can kind of see, I know I can see in my life these different events and stuff that are playing out. And then possibly, I don't know, maybe that has a lot to do. You can see this on my chest. You can really see it on this too. And there's another face here. It's kind of interesting because that looks like a child and that looks like a mother's face. But I think, something's going to happen. Yeah, I changed my channel's name. Trying to get more people. So like, subscribe, and share if you like what you see. Now, this is the mirror image of my right side. I tried to get. That's why I put it on there. It's very interesting. Let's see. And then my left side, right here. Let's see if I can show it from this distance. I wish I could get it in better. Too bad I couldn't overlap where my ears are. Close that in to see what's going to play out. But I think I might be able to see a design somehow within that. But anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys find this stuff as fascinating as I do. And let's keep our, when they show in the old days where a student comes up and gives a teacher an apple. It's pretty interesting. I mean, our whole world is designed to teach us. We just got to try to get it relayed to everybody instead of, being in our own little worlds and not really looking or thinking about it. Oh, I just noticed. I think there's another image unfolding right there above my nipple. Right there. That's so fascinating. But I hope you guys like, subscribe, share.